Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another comic book review. And today we're going to take a look at Batman Urban Legends #1, which is a figure anthology book. See, it's square bound and it's $8. It has 4 different stories in it, all of which were actually pretty good, especially the Red Hood storyline and the Grifter storyline were good. And the artwork's phenomenal in the Red Hood storyline. And what I've been saying, and a lot of people in the comic book review community have said for a long time, is less is more. And in a certain sense, with DC's Infinite Frontier, they're doing that. I mean, the few Batman books that I've read have been solid. The Joker one, which I previously reviewed, was great. Haven't read Detective Comics because it hasn't come out yet, but I look forward to checking that out. I checked out the first Superman now that Bendis is gone, and that was okay. And, there's not like a million books. Like Marvel, there's so many books, and they're all pretty below average. The best Marvel book right now is Daredevil, and the rest I don't even know. I don't read any of them. And then as far as other comics go, Power Rangers from Boom Studios, there's Mighty Morphin, and then the regular Power Rangers are both very good. But this Batman Urban Legends, like I said, is an anthology, and the main storyline is going to be Red Hood and Batman, part 1 of 6. This looks like it's just a one-shot. The Outsiders is a 3-parter, and then The Grifter is a 5-parter. And as far as the creative team, Chip Zdarsky's writing Daredevil, like I said, with Marvel, great run. And Eddie Barrows and Ibar Ferreira, great artists. And then this Laura Braga, I'm not sure about Stephanie Phillips, but Laura Braga is a good artist. And Ryan Benjamin's also a good artist. Not really familiar with the other creative teams. But, essentially, this is going on. Red Hood is back in Gotham, and to apprehend these villains, instead of killing them, to go by Batman's code, he's using rubber bullets. And you can see the artwork. I've always admired Jason Todd. I like all the storylines he's been used in, Under the Red Hood and stuff like that, Death in the Family, all the classic ones, and of course, Scott Lobdell's Red Hood and the Outlaws. So it cuts back to young Jason at the Batcave, looking at, Batman's teaching him with knives and stuff, and he finds his way into the gun room, and Batman says, we don't use guns. We will learn how to use them, but we don't use them ourselves. We'll learn their weaknesses. Look at that artwork of Batman on the gargoyle. So what's going on with the storyline right now is Scarecrow is the main villain, and he's attacking everybody with the laughing gas and the Scarecrow toxins, and these sort of underground criminals have turned it into a drug, and they're selling it on the streets. And that's the drug right there, the cheer drops. And they're killing people that are ODing. Sort of a meta-commentary to heroin, I guess. So Jason finds his way here to this little boy. And his mother is passed out, pretty much dead, overdosed in the bed. And he's looking for his father. And you see her face there. It's sort of like a mixture of the Joker's laughing gas and the Scarecrow's toxin. So now that Barbara has been retired from Batgirl again, they've made Stephanie Brown and Cassandra Cain the 2 Batgirls, and turned her back to Oracle, which everyone loves Barbara Gordon as Oracle. I do anyway, over being Batgirl. I've always preferred Cassandra Cain as Batgirl, especially from the No Man's Land storyline. But Batman's investigating these chemicals and drugs, and finds out, of course, it's from Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow, and he's on his way, and he's talking to Barbara, figuring out what's going on, and she's like, well, Jason's taking care of that, and he's like, oh, that damn Jason. Because him and Jason have always sort of been at odds since he's come back anyway. So Jason's here, taking care of this little boy, and he's asking him what his superhero name is. And, the kid says, what's your superhero name? He says, well, my name's Red Hood. And the kid says, well, I'm Blue Hood. And it's kind of cool, he gives him the mask. And with the mask on, he's got the communicating software, so he can talk to Oracle. So if anything goes wrong, Jason tells the boy to talk to Oracle. So Jason runs in there, and at this point, it appears that he switched out of rubber bullets because, that the boy's mother died from the overdose, and he's not taking any prisoners. So he starts shooting everybody, and this one dude gets away and fires at his leg to knock him down. And he says, oh, what's it to you? Rubber bullets, you'll live. What about Andy? I'm here with Tyler, your son. His mom is in a coma from the drug. I came here because I didn't want him to end up with the state. And it turns out his father's working for the Scarecrow. But I guess that's going to happen now. Who gives a fuck? What? You heard me. Kid was a pain in the ass, and his fucking mother. I honestly don't give a fuck if he lives or dies, that whine of shit. Even when I gave him some of the supply to keep him happy. Look at his face when he says that. Both of those fucking leeches can go to... And he shoots him. Boom, right in the stomach. And I guess he switches out the rubber bullets there. So, wow, that's a pretty dark ending there. And he says, oh, God, the kid, what have I done? You know, because his whole thing of taking the kid along is he didn't want to leave the kid there to get caught up by the state and put in a foster home or whatever, sort of reliving his past. So this is part 1 of 6. Really looking forward to that story. And like I said, this is the next story here of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. And who is the writer? Stephanie Phillips, I believe. And the artwork by Laura Braga. And as far as the story goes, I don't really care. I mean, it's just them pushing forward their agenda of those two being lesbian lovers. But they're drawn very well. I mean, Harley Quinn looks hot. Poison Ivy looks hot. They both got booba hanging out. And essentially, Harley Quinn's sort of turning into a good guy in the storyline, especially with the last story with Joker War. But, you know, she's looking for her girlfriend, Poison Ivy. And, you know, can't complain that they're drawn well. With a lot of these modern SJW books, they draw the hot characters like, I don't know, obese and stick figures and don't incentivize, you know, that. But it is what it is. It's fine. So this is going to be continued in Harley Quinn's solo story. And then here's a fun one about the Outsiders. You got Black Lightning and Katana being chased by League of Assassins. And nice action-packed storyline here. Nothing too crazy. And it's sort of quick. But good artwork and an overall good story. And then this one about the Grifter. And he's fighting like Mr. Freeze and stuff. And essentially the Grifter is being the bodyguard for Lucius Fox now, because after the events of Joker War, Bruce Wayne gave his money to Lucius Fox to hold on to, and he's sort of going into more hiding because now everyone's against Batman, especially the new mayor. And he runs into the Penguin here with Nora Freeze, and then once again with Batman, he's fighting Batman, and at the end here, you get this little ending here later that night with Batman and Nightwing showing up, and they find Nora Freeze is dead. What happened to her? Nora Freeze had a run-in with the man who calls himself Grifter. To be continued. So overall, for $8, I mean, alone, I like the Red Hood and Batman storyline. And I wonder when they put this in the trade, how they're going to do it. If they're going to put just the Red Hood and Batman story all together, or they're going to put all these anthologies together. And, you know, just looking, the Outsiders was fun, the Grifter was good, and the artwork in Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy was good as well. So, yeah, less is more as far as putting out fewer titles. And when you put out the bigger books like this for the $8, as long as all the stories are decent, it's worth it, especially the Red Hood and Batman one, worth it alone. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Everybody have a great day.